Hi, everyone who's here. Thanks for being early. We'll probably start 5 minutes after 7 just so that everyone has time to trickle in. But if y'all want to like chat or anything while you're on here, that's fine. It's recording though, so just know that you are being recorded. So. Sorry, I'm just texting someone really quick. Okay. Everyone doing okay? Good. Finals done? Anyone done? Viv, are you done?
No, I'm done.
Yay, Victoria! I know Caroline's done too, but the other Caroline. But yeah, Vic, what do you still have to do? You have Rachel?
Yeah, I haven't turned in either of Rachel's things.
Ah, fun.
Yeah, it's cool though. I'll do them tomorrow.
How are you, Meredith?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. I submitted my last final today, so I'm exhausted, but
Oh, that's so nice.
What about you, Jackie?
I'm good. I have my last final tomorrow, so once I'm done with that, I'll be all set.
Perfect. Good luck. How are
so
you?
jealous.
Caroline, how are you?
I'm good. I'm about to take a bio final after dinner. And I have chemistry tomorrow and another bio final due Friday.
Y'all pre-med people give me anxiety, but you're so smarter than I will ever be.
Oh, yeah. It's just like trying to grind through it, trying to get it done. I just want it to be over. But we're getting there.
Funny.
What about you?
I'm good. Just, ready for my 2 weeks of freedom before I have my internship start. Who else is in here?
Where are you working this summer? Ooh.
I'm working at a policy think tank in DC, but I'm doing it remotely because can't go to DC. But
yeah,
it'll be fun. I'm excited.
Were you gonna spend the summer in DC?
Yeah, I was gonna be there from May 26th until August 11th. So I was really
wow.
to be there all summer.
That stinks.
It's okay. There's more years. I'm still only a sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
How's everyone else? Marion, Brooke, anyone who hasn't told me about their life. Isaiah, your audio's here now. Hello.
What's up? I couldn't hear you guys earlier. My bad.
You're so fine.
I'm kind of in the same situation as you. I'm waiting to hear about my internship in DC. As of now, it hasn't been canceled.
You're working
for the second half of the summer. I'm interning with Senator Tillis.
That's what I thought. I think one of my friends is doing the same internship.
Yeah, and then I'm with my congressman for the first half of the summer, and it was supposed to be in DC, but it's remote now. So
yeah, I feel that. I wish you luck. I hope that the Senator Tillis's works out.
Thanks. I hope so too. Since it's the second half, I think it should be good, but I don't know.
My friend Frank is doing the same.
Oh yeah, we've talked about it. I didn't know him until we both found out we were doing it, so we started talking. But
he's my best friend, so good luck. It'll be.
He
fun.
seems really
nice. Cool. Sorry, everyone's just trickling in. Cool. Hi, everyone. While we're waiting for everyone to get here, can everyone start looking for the way to do the raise hand button? Just make sure you know where that is. If you don't know where it is, send a message in the chat, and we will explain where it is. But just cool. All right, so it's 7. We have 24 people here. People are still trickling in. Just to let you guys know, we're just gonna start by making sure we have a quorum, just so that we don't have to worry about it. And then if it's okay with everyone, once we make sure we have all the attendance, we have asked former President Melly Mesfin to be present for this meeting. And if it's all right with everyone, in a minute, I'm going to ask that we suspend the rules of order so that Melly can lead this meeting. That is just in the effort of making sure that this is unbiased, since I'm one of the people who wrote the resolution and that's the only thing we're discussing. We want to make sure that this is as transparent and unbiased as possible for everyone. So if anyone objects to that, I'll bring it up again in like 2 minutes, but just to give you guys a little bit of an understanding of what's going on. Cool. We should
Hey,
be,
Allie.
yes.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out the raise hand thing and I can't seem to figure it out.
Awesome. So if you go to participants, so click on participants.
Okay.
It should,
And then the raise hand button.
you found it? It should be there on that bar along the bottom. In participants, it should say raise hand right below where the participants are. Did you find it? Anyone else not find it? We're just going to use that to vote. So just know that that's what we need. If it becomes a problem, you can let me know. But cool. So we have Tim, we have all of exec. Caroline, just let me know when you're done with attendance and we will, you're good? Okay, no, she's doing it still. So just to give you guys a little bit more information before I hand it over to Melly, you'll notice Vivian Bolin is a new face in this. She is going to be the parliamentarian. She's getting thrown into this pretty early in the game, probably earlier than she expected to be. But if you hear her talking, that's why she's here. Vivian is our new parliamentarian. And with that, I'm going to ask that we can suspend the rules of order so that Melly can take over. Does anyone have an objection to that? You can unmute yourself if you do. No?
Can we get a second?
Second.
Those in favor? Raise your hand. Anyone opposed? Okay, Melly, you can take over.
Great. Hey guys. So let's just get right into it. I think Allie is going to be reading the bill and presenting it, and possibly projecting the screen. I don't know. But if you want to take it away with reading, go ahead.
Can everyone see this document that I have up here? Yep. Okay, cool. So in the interest of time and organization, I'm going to just read this through, and then the other co-sponsors will be free to answer questions later on if we need to. So Senate Resolution 1, Cabinet Exceptions in the Wake of COVID-19 and its Impact on the Wake Forest Community. Resolution. Whereas, due to the unforeseen and unprecedented spread of COVID-19 and the subsequent need to alter drastically Wake Forest academic and extracurricular procedures and norms for an unknown period of time, and whereas, per Article 3, Section 2, Subsection 1 of the Student Government Constitution, the primary function of Senate is to represent the interests of students in social and academic matters, and whereas the Student Government Constitution further dictates that committee chairs must have at least 1 semester of experience in the Student Government Senate, and whereas the Constitution could not predict the spread of a global pandemic or the move to remote learning, and whereas the Student Government Executive Board has interviewed all interested candidates for co-chair positions and found that 2 individuals, though they are without prior senator experience, have demonstrated the dedication, leadership, knowledge, and involvement necessary to effectively serve in a co-chair capacity, and whereas these students represent experiences, views, and groups on campus that are otherwise left unrepresented with the changes to our community structure caused by COVID-19 response, therefore be it resolved, 1, having demonstrated their ability to serve in a co-chair capacity, Emmanuel Bernardo and Jess Schmidt will be allowed to serve as co-chairs of the Diversity and Inclusion and Public Relations Committees, respectively, for the 2020-2021 academic year. 2, this will mark an exception to, but not an amendment of, the Student Government Constitution. Respectfully submitted, the members of exec. Cool.
Sorry, go ahead if you had something else to say for it. Cool. I'm going to set my timer for 5 minutes for questions beginning now, and we'll, if you want to either put it in the chat or if you want to just unmute yourself or raise your hand to ask questions, you can do that.
Allie, will you show the bill again?
Yeah, 1 second, sorry.
Thanks.
Is there a specific part you wanted to see? I can scroll to.
I wasn't paying attention. Like I zoned out and I was trying to figure out, I was going to reread it and see if this was taking effect just for the semester or if it's like forward, like the only needing a semester to be a co-chair, if that was going to affect just this next semester or forever in the future.
It would just be this year. So not the semester, but not past the academic year.
Okay, thanks.
So I'm wondering, is this because there's like people that joined this semester and because they don't have a full semester that they want to be a co-chair and can't?
So these two specific individuals, I'll speak to each of their cases separately. Jess Schmidt was the OGB reporter who was in who was writing all semester and both semesters this past year. So she has been to Senate throughout the year, but has not ever been elected a formal senator in student government. And she applied, and based on her experiences and the level of understanding she demonstrated, we felt that as an exec, she would be a good candidate for the position that she applied for, especially because she has so much experience with public relations and we're all across the country right now. And then Uma Emanuel Bernardo, she also has not been a senator. She has spoken to individual senators a lot and demonstrated a really deep understanding of what it would mean to be a co-chair. But she also has not been elected a senator. And based on her leadership experiences throughout campus, we felt that she represents the voices of students who are having a really hard time being heard with everyone being scattered across the country.
So is there going to be like some type of orientation for them or something if this bill is passed? Because like I get that they are like good for the job, but also like getting used to like the logistics of student government can be a pretty big thing.
So I think moving forward after we finalized cabinet, every member of cabinet will go through a little bit of an orientation. They'll meet with their predecessors, they'll meet with exec, and then we will be working exec with cabinet over the course of the summer to make sure that everyone is prepared for their role beginning in the summer and in the fall. So yes, and we will be attentive to the specific gaps in knowledge they might have, but I do want to emphasize that in speaking to both of them in their interviews and outside of their interviews, they have demonstrated that they have looked into our processes enough that they don't necessarily require a lot of extra orienting that any first-time cabinet member wouldn't need. So I would say that they're pretty up to that level.
Motion to move into voting.
Great. Can I get a second?
Second.
Great. So now I will start another 5 minutes to voting. So I guess is that a motion to skip debate and discussion?
Yes, motion to skip debate and discussion and move directly into voting procedure.
Gotcha. And then if we can just get one more second for that, and then we can move
Second.
into. Great. Let's move into voting then. Caroline?
We have a quorum and yeah, I'm ready to take records. So if everyone in favor would please raise their hand now using the raise hand motion. And then just leave it up so I can take note of it.
I will clear them all once she gives us the okay. So just leave your hand. Can we clarify really quick, Melly, the choices? I know there are a couple people who haven't voted before.
Yeah, sure. So if you're raising your hand, which is essentially the equivalent of saying aye or affirming the vote, you'd be voting to pass this piece of legislation. And so what that would mean for this purpose would be these two folks in question would become co-chairs for the year per the language of the bill. If you decide to withhold from voting, so if you're voting no for the purpose of Zoom, I think it's just going to be like you don't put your hand up. You are voting that you do not approve of this bill, and that if it's more yeses than nos, then the bill will go through. If it's more nos, then you do not have to go, then it will not go through. We usually also have an option to abstain. That option, because of this, I'm not sure how exactly that would go. Maybe if Caroline just wants to, anyone who wants to abstain, I'm not sure if the chat could be opened for folks who want to abstain or something. And just so everyone knows, also, voting records are public and are published to our website / the link site for student government.
If anyone would like to abstain, the chat should be open, so just type abstain in the chat.
Okay, I have all the yeses down, so you can take your hands down or just unclick the motion. And then if all those opposed would please raise their hand now.
Last call.
So if anybody else wants to say no, now would be the time to do it. Otherwise, if you haven't voted, I guess assuming it's an abstain or putting it in the chat, either way, but get those no's in.
Okay, do we want to have everyone raise their hand who has an abstention?
I mean, I think that works as well.
Okay, so right now, if anyone wants to abstain, just raise their hand.
We have one abstention in the chat, and that should be voted.
So I think if that's it, I'll give it a second to see if there's anything else. But it seemed like the yeses had